Hey, how's it going? How everyone's doing today? Today I want to talk about the blueprint and what that is. It's uh, it's Saturday already. It's a beautiful day outside, and it's me enjoying my coffee, I guess. Working like always. Uh, I can't really tell. Am I bragging? Well, am I complaining? Either way. Today I want to talk about blueprint and I guess when approaching any project, I would recommend highly to understand what blueprint is and potentially implications for your business, how important that is. Uh, what blueprint is. A blueprint is the detailed plan or design that outlines the specifications, dimensions, materials, and construction methods for a project. Typically in the field of architecture, engineering, or construction, used cases are but not limited to software engineering, and would highlight highly structural and detailed project plan. At least that's how I'm looking at the blueprint and potential implications for some of the work that might be required and use cases. Blueprints include technical drawings, schematics, and anatomies that provide a clear and precise representation of the project components and how they fit together. History of a blueprint. In term blueprint originated from a specific production process used in 19th and early 20th century. Originally, blueprints were created using a chemical process known as cyanotype. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Here's a brief history and development of blueprint. Cyanotype process is in the 19th century. Sir John Herschel, an English scientist, developed the cyanotype process, which used a combination of light-sensitive chemicals to create blue and white images. This process was used to produce copies of technical drawings and the maps. Blueprint in architecture was the need for accurate and reproducible technical drawings grew. The cyanotype process was adopted for architectural and engineering purposes. The blueprint created from this process were characterized by blue lines or designs on white background. Advancements in reproduction. With advancements in printing and reproduction technologies, the cyanotype process was eventually replaced by more efficient and highly uh, with a higher quality methods such as DISO printing and digital printing. Basically, overall process was overtaken, but I guess it's giving back to the history and the way how eventually overall process was made to be better, I guess. Even now, if I'm talking with any of the contractors, where I'm asking perhaps the manufacturer any particular part or perhaps product, myself and them, we need to agree on all of the dimensions, all of the materials, characteristics, sizes, all the details, and one way to describe it, I guess. It's call it the blueprint, and something that we could potentially go back and forward with regards to technical drawings, I guess, or specifications. And part of that is to signing an agreement of or managing expectations, and how we're gonna approach that is by having that's one way of doing it, of agreeing on the potentially myself or contractor would need to have a blueprint, and potentially we're gonna go back and forward or until we're gonna agree on all the details within the project before actually bringing it into a real world, from idea stage into actually production stage. Uh, Perhaps my own personal experience. If I could share a quick story about the days when I believe I was very young age, and we had to make copies of any of our work. Then we were perhaps, uh, uh, for me and my brother, perhaps 12 years old or so. We were using black sort of paper that we put on a white paper and laid another drawing on top, and we had to uh, draw over the lines, and the exact same copy was seen after we completed the work on the next page. It's just making a copies, I guess, of your work, but it's very, I guess it's very old process. But yeah, I remember, but it wasn't blue, but I guess that's a difference in chemicals, and more perhaps over the years, improvements in overall technology used. But yeah, it just I guess it's a sort of template process. So once you have original work and how you planning on making copies of that, and potentially sharing with your contractor, your supplier, your clients, of what you are planning on doing. Back then, to where they didn't had technology, I guess. They had to get very inventive with the process of how they're gonna share original work, and what kind of copies they're gonna give to people who had to know about all the dimensions, overall process, and layout of the building or the project. For those who haven't seen it, I have published a book. It's a quarter planner, one of the ways to approaching and structuring your day, overall small routines, small approaches and improvements that you can potentially make to your current way of looking how you're using your time and optimizing your time, and focusing on some of the key areas that I have highlighted within the book, of one of the most important things that you can have to have a functional day, I guess. One of the systems ways to approach your at least thinking if currently everything's out of control, I guess that's one way to look at it. Have a little bit of a system going on, and to develop a habit, and focusing on some of the key areas. I would highly recommend for everyone to take a look at this book. You can find it on my company's website, or you can find it on places like Amazon. Since we're on the subject of blueprint, I was wondering what would be the best way to summarize a topic that I'm currently on right now. Perhaps when it comes to blueprint and your own template or overall approach to life, if there would be 10 bullet points that I could summarize the subject, that would be basic life skills, and perhaps your understanding when it comes to personal finance, cooking, nutrition, time management, basic first aid and CPR, basic home maintenance, repairs, very basic life skills. Moving to the next point would be communication and social skills. Effective communication, active lifestyle, and empathy, conflict resolutions, negotiations, networking, and building relationship. Some of the communication skills or social skills. Digital literacy, digital world that we're currently in right now. I can't imagine anyone who perhaps haven't worked on some of the digital skills. Basic computer skills, online security and privacy awareness, social media etiquette, and responsible online behavior. Next bullet point would be health and well-being, importance of regular exercise and maintaining healthy lifestyle, mental health awareness and self-care practices, nutrition and understanding balanced diet, basic understanding of common health and condition prevention measures. Next bullet point would be critical thinking and problem solving, especially when it comes perhaps to your personal and professional life. Having those analyzing information and making informed decisions, solving problems systematically and creatively over time. That's how you can break those barriers to progress in your current life cycle that you are in. Research skills and gathering accurate information. So much not necessarily accurate or unconscious bias out there that a lot of people have. Civic and global awareness, that will be our next bullet point. Understanding of basic civic and governance structures, awareness of global issues like climate change, human rights and cultural diversity, voting rights and responsibilities. I'm moving to the next bullet point, environmental consciousness, understanding of sustainable practices and the importance, recycling and waste reduction, energy and water conservation. Even in so-called developed world, the climate change is a real problem with water consumption and scarcity. Next bullet point, continuous learning, willingness to adapt and learn new skills throughout life, seeking out opportunities for personal and professional development. That should be a continuous process, in my personal opinion. Next bullet point would be basic legal knowledge, understanding of basic legal rights and responsibilities, knowledge of local laws and regulations. And the last one would be financial literacy, understanding of interest rates, loans, and credit, uh, especially in current climate, awareness of scams and fraud prevention, saving for emergencies and future goals. Having a budget is one of the highlights, I would say. Just to give you an example, it's something I have mentioned in my book. It is to have a budget. As an example, I was using 70, 10, 10, 10 principle. Overall, 100% of your finance and how you potentially can allocate that. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.